Welcome to the Nerds That Know, but not on the week that the Nerds That Know. So this is going to be, it's not even, I got confused because the name of the show is wrong on the title. We are not
Mine's
doing a
not.
scramble.
No, it's not.
Mine
Yours
says
might be.
scramble.
Oh, this is going swimmingly already.
I don't know why yours is wrong. It's right on the thing.
Is it good? Because mine says idiot scramble still. So this is my brother is an idiot and I am the idiot brother. Hello everybody. I am Mark. I am least likely to succeed at being bad. Apparently I'm really good at being bad because I just was for a solid minute. Welcome to it. Matt is away being fake important at the Nuggets game. So hopefully we will get a live recap at some point from him. We should ask him about it. We did ask him a very important question about Ball Arena and did not get a great answer. So likelihood of that being a thing is not. Joining us today, down in Southern Command, extreme Southern Command, my brother-in-law, Frank. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Pretty
You sure?
slow week. It's snowing again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got some snow up here today, too. That was.
So I'm already tired of that bullshit. And it's not even December yet. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. I was really excited about the cold until I was out in it for a minute because I sleep very well when it's cold. And then my joints started to hurt like the moment I got out of work. And I'm like, oh, this is why cold bad. Getting old sucks. Somebody who doesn't know anything about getting old, Michaela, who apparently still needs to go to bed. How you doing, dipshit?
I'm good. I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow too. So I would like to go to bed, but we gotta do this first. It's important.
This is the important. Well, welcome to it, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get going. Got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about some football. Got to talk about some bats. Going to talk again, apparently, about baseball, even though we covered that already. We like talking about
fuck over that.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just.
Yeah. For those of you who don't see what's going on in the agenda, baseball is now gone. But let's get started the right way and get into it with a fun little game. I don't know what the hell is going on, so I'm just going to turn it over to our producer, dipshit.
Well, the good news is, it's an easy game because I didn't have a ton of time to prepare. And I wanted this to go fast. We're just doing a good old classic overrated, underrated, favorite, least favorite.
Sweet.
But
haven't done this one in a while.
yes, and we're missing Matt. So you know what that means? We can be fucking weird idiots without him being a judgy asshole.
Hey.
So we're doing OUFL anime.
Okay. Let's go.
Wow, okay.
I was not expecting that.
Nope.
I didn't know what to
listen,
expect. So.
the sports podcast is not about sports for the next 5 minutes. All right.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Break. Okay, overrated. Tank. What's your most overrated anime? Or at least the one that is most overrated at this point in your life, I guess.
What I think is the most overrated. All right. Gundam, probably.
Oh, you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings with that.
I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings with that, but I think
Don't worry,
it's overrated.
My choice is gonna piss a lot of people off too. I like big robots, but that's okay. Mark.
My most overrated is Demon Slayer. That show is okay, but it is not the best or even close to the best anime. It's a great gateway anime, but the reason why people like it so much is for things that they don't understand that are happening in the show. And everyone, you see a lot of the cosplay with, the girl with the bit gag, and what you don't understand is that girl is like 8. And like, it's not supposed to be sexualized at all. It's because she's a fucking demon.
It's super creepy, actually.
It's fucking insanely creepy. And I get it. There's a lot of anime that's fucking creepy as shit, but it's really not that good of a, like, there's so much better you can do. Michaela, what do you think is your most overrated?
Right now at this moment, I'm saying Attack on Titan because I've getting nothing but Attack on Titan fucking tweets, and I could never get into it. I tried so many times, I just could not deal. And since the finale was like this week, I just my For You page on TikTok is nightmarish right now.
I would agree with that one. We have a mutual niece who just was like almost in tears over the final episode. And one of the guys I work with, that was the first thing he started talking to me when he walked into work on Monday. It's like all he wanted to talk about.
I will say, I give it a pass for the design of fucky Aaron. Like, end of the show Aaron, that gets a pass. that kind of rocks.
Yeah, we literally just had a conversation about this, me and the aforementioned niece on Sunday.
She was literally like I don't see her get animated much, and she was like screaming and flailing and like, okay.
I haven't seen any of the 4th season, which apparently is chopped into like 3 chapters, I guess.
Yeah.
So
honorable mention, and this is going to piss a lot of people off. One Piece.
Ooh, incorrect, actually, sir.
That's very overrated.
How dare you?
It's overrated.
How dare you?
It's really silly. It's fun if you really want that.
Fun.
It's
fun. Yeah.
I'll give you fun because I think you're kind of right. It is a little overrated. It's fun, but is fun worth 1,000 episodes?
That's why you watch the what the fuck is it called? There's an order that you can watch that's super popular that if you want to catch up, that cuts it down to like 500.
That's still
only 500.
500, and a lot of the episodes are like cut shorter because it removes a bunch of the. I can't remember what it's called. It has a name.
I was gonna say it was like 500 is still 1,000 hours of or 10,000 hours of
250 hours. They're like 20-minute episodes. I can't remember what it is. Okay, you Tank. What's your underrated? While I figure out what the short version of One Piece is.
For me, that's kind of a weird one, I guess. But for me, one of my favorite ones that didn't really get a lot of play was Shaman King.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
I really enjoyed the hell out of that show. It's super creepy and dark and really good animation, and they just I never really heard a lot about it, honestly.
That's a good one. Mark, what about you?
I'm gonna go into the vault of things I've seen with my niece in the theater and go with Princess Mononoke on this one. The amount of people that know about anime and don't know about this movie is kind of insane, actually. And I was, I didn't know anything about it too, and then I saw it. It's Fern Gully, but cooler, and no Robin Williams. It's a really fucking great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's just the animation's unbelievable in it, and the storytelling's great. It's classic.
I fucking love Mononoke.
It's so good, and we saw it in the theater together, which was also a lot. We did,
and that was
we didn't see it in 4D.
I was gonna say that wasn't even the anime movie that we saw in 4D, where we both got whiplash.
I wanted to kill myself, and then in the middle of the movie about firefighters, the fire alarms went off. And we literally a movie
we
theater
got evacuated.
Full of people, and we were all fucking whiplashed because the opening thing is like, "Hey, welcome to 4D." Ah! Ah! Boom, boom, boom. Ah! Now enjoy your feature presentation. And then right in the middle of the movie, we're fighting fires, and the fires are fighting back, and then all of a sudden the smoke detectors go off, and we got evacuated.
Did I ever tell you the other time that I saw an anime 4D movie, the fucking timing was off? So the 4D effects were like a minute and a half ahead of the movie. So there was one part we're sitting there and it's supposed to be like this calm, quiet moment. We're just sitting there and all of a sudden our chairs start fucking throwing us around. And we're like, what the fuck is going? Something is coming. Something happened.
I would have walked out.
We got, because that's why I was able to get us tickets to Promare for free, because I got refunded tickets for the fucked up movie, and then we went, and then I got refunded tickets because of the fire
Again.
alarm.
I just remember standing outside in the cold, and the guy was trying to give us some information.
We're standing, and we're like, why did we get evacuated? And Coyote Ugly's a fucking party.
There's the jazz club across the way, and there's just people just like sipping their drinks, guy playing on his horn. And this lady comes out of the movie theater and gives us the spiel about what's going on. And we couldn't hear a lick of it because we were towards the back. And the lady next to me turned to me and said, "What the hell did she say?" And I looked at her and said, and she said, "Oh," and then turned around. Michaela and I lost it.
Blew her damn mind with that one.
Clearly the guy next to me doesn't speak English.
She went
I've
into
made
it
a
drunk and
mistake.
She thought she just misheard you.
It was funny as hell.
It was very funny. My underrated, this is gonna be kind of a hot take, but I'm gonna say Berserk. More people should know and watch Berserk. There's a lot of people who are like, no, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to get into it. It's too dark. And honestly, I mean, you should read the manga anyway for Berserk, but it's so good. It's so good.
I'll
And
have to check that
no
one out.
one watches it. Be careful about that. Most of the anime is fine, but if you do get into the manga, there are some not great, disturbing, not necessarily, well, problematic, but like it was always problematic, and like that's the point. But it's
Okay.
there's a horse at one point, and it's like,
okay.
I don't know about that.
Okay, that I was going to ask you for slight context. I'm glad you only went slight context because we don't
Yes.
need any more than that.
Yeah, very slight.
I don't know if
can
you
figure it out.
I don't know if you paid attention to what is now called X over the weekend, but there was a horse video going around, and the fish video resurfaced, and a frog video, and a snake video.
Oh my
And
god!
the fish video is the one that somebody sent me, and I subjected all of you assholes to.
I was
Is
there when
making it.
happened.
Yeah, you were there when it happened. You were there when that got unleashed on us.
Mhm.
But the horse video is don't search it. Don't do
Is
it.
it the same old horse video where the dude died? That horse video?
Oh, Mr. Hands. I can't
Yeah.
imagine that's making the rounds again.
No, it's not. It's
I'd be surprised if it would,
there's
actually.
there's some bestiality context to all of these videos, except the
Yeah,
snake
that's
video.
what That's what
That's what
Mr.
Mr.
Hands
Hands
is.
Oh yeah,
He-
no, then it's
He
definitely the same.
underestimates the horse. Let's put it
Yeah,
that way.
Mr. Hands died.
Yeah.
He
It's the
actually
same
passed
video.
away.
Yeah, you're right. It's the same
Okay.
video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the snake video is a stripper who swallows the snake whole, starting from the head.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, there's that one. The fish video is the one you guys know, and yeah, I can't believe we're talking about this
Past-
live on YouTube.
Get past the creepy things people do to animals for some reason.
Oh, the fish
Yes.
video is the worst still. It's so bad.
Okay, wrangling. Tank, favorite. What's your favorite anime? Don't follow it up with any fucking B-star shit.
I don't know. Come back to me on that one because I'm not sure what my favorite one is all time, to be honest.
Okay. Mark?
Let's see. Favorite of all time. I'm just gonna go JoJo because why the fuck not? I was actually talking JoJo at the bar today because we were talking about Roundabout. So we were talking about the Yes song Roundabout, and
Yeah.
we were actually referring to the cover, the metal cover that band from Fort Collins did,
Oh shit.
Aliegon or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And they did that one, and then they did that fucking Rush song too.
Good
But
old
not Spirit
fucking-
of the Radio.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's the only way I can
Spirit
think
of
of.
radio.
But yeah, JoJo. I mean, if you can muster yourself to get through the first 8 episodes of that show because they are brutally bad.
Part 1 isn't great, but you have to watch it. You have to know about Jonathan and Dio.
Yeah. The rest of the show doesn't make sense if you don't know about Jonathan and Dio. So, but it's awesome, and the animation's great. You know, like some of the death scenes are just like glorious. You know, and there's just the stylization that the guy has with these like physically impossible body poses that these guys who are just like Adonises are doing, where they're like, the left foot is like tucked behind his ear, and
My favorite was someone said once that like JoJo was just Araki just like exploring sexually or whatever, and that's why he starts with like big buff guys and they get smaller and prettier and twinkier. Oh shit.
Whoa, what happened there?
Oh,
Did you have a power
uh-oh.
outage?
I did. I have a flicker.
What it looked like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Are you still with us?
I am still with us.
Okay, cool.
Remarkably.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I guess we're still skipping Tank. Are we going back to Tank yet?
I
Tank.
got one. I think I'm gonna go with Death Note as my favorite.
Good choice.
That's a good pick. Did
Yeah.
you see the picture going around about all the different detectives and whether or not they'd be able to solve the Death Note case?
Oh, I have not.
What the fuck was that? Oh,
What in
no.
God's name just happened?
That was my Google.
Her stuff's turning back on still.
Yeah, that was my Google. My Google turned back on.
I was like,
He's okay.
concert pianist is the back of somebody's studio. What is happening on the show?
Anyway, Tank, did you see the like which detectives A would be able to solve the Kira case and B would be able to intuit the mechanics of the Death Note?
I have not seen that actually.
Don't worry. I will send it to you.
It's gonna get
It's
sent
so
awesome
funny.
shortly.
It's really good. Death Note is a good one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say JoJo, but since Mark said JoJo, I'm gonna go for something a little more niche. I'm gonna pick Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle, and honestly, the anime is like mid, but the story is so fucking good and so fucking like radical. It is awesome. I love it to death. It's very complicated, especially at the end, but it's so good.
I'm gonna have to look at that later because
There's a lot of pictures on there, but
Courage the
Nardwar,
Courage the Cowardly Dog and Pikachu are on this.
Could
I
not
can't-
solve the Kira case.
yeah,
If Pikachu can't fucking understand shit, apparently.
No, my favorite is Nardwar on there as could solve the Kira case and
Oh,
can
definitely.
I love that.
mechanics.
I love that fucking Columbo is the first guy in the corner.
Yeah,
I
it
said
goes
I wasn't
fucking
gonna look at this, but I'm
it,
looking at it.
Columbo,
Fantastic.
Nardwar, and Harry Dubois from Disco Elysium.
No, wait a minute. Frank Drebin from Police Squad is on this.
Yeah, it's
Fucking Leslie Nielsen.
So is Magnum.
Oh, and I can't remember the guy, but the guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
yeah.
And
The-
Steve from Blue's Clues.
Is that Rorschach also on there?
Yes.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
so good.
I said I wasn't gonna look at it, and then I did forever.
Steve from Blue's Clues could intuit the mechanics of the Death Note, but could not solve the Kira case. It's so good.
Somebody has too much goddamn time on their hands, but I love
That
them for
is
it.
spectacular.
If for those of you listening, if you ever want to find it, you can just Google the Death Note like solving matrix or whatever. I'm sure it'll pop up. It's so funny.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh my god.
Fucking Frank Benoit from Glass Onion and Knives Out is on here.
Hold on a damn minute. Is that Velma?
Yes, that's the whole Scooby gang.
The whole Scooby Gang is on there.
Shaft! Shaft is on here.
It's so good. I like that Detective Pikachu can't do either.
I know.
That's what
Detective
Sam and
Pikachu's like,
Max
I don't
do.
fucking know.
Neither can Monk. Veronica Mars could solve the case, but cannot intuit the mechanics of the Death Note.
It's so good.
Jesus Christ.
This picture rocks.
I want to know the background to this and the reasoning behind some of these. Some of them I definitely get already, but I want to hear what the rationale was. On a couple of
Yeah.
those.
I'm sure there's a video explaining it somewhere.
Like, why is Magnum a genius? I don't know.
I'll have to send you. It's originally from a tweet.
That's fantastic.
It's so
my.
good. All right, Tank. It's 20 minutes.
Oh
Tank,
yeah.
what's your least favorite anime?
I don't know if I have one that's really a least favorite, to be honest.
Oh, I do. I absolutely do.
Naruto, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. It's played
Yeah.
out a little bit. It's good, but it's played out for sure. I've got a really good one though. And Michaela, I know you will agree with me 100%.
I'm horrified, but continue.
SAO Sword Art
Ah,
Online. That
you and
fucking
I.
show is so goddamn bad.
The worst is it's most of SAO is sucks. The first season was like, season 2 is
Yeah.
ass. Everything after that is actually fine, and the
The,
ending is pretty good.
the fucking story itself is brilliant. Like,
The
you get
story's
trapped, in the world, and then they're like, you're back to your normal selves, fuckers. Like, I think it's a brilliant story. And then the story itself that they wrote into that kills everything. It's so bad.
It does.
I
Oh
I
man, we're
got
gonna get
through
a lot.
half of season 2, but
We need
that
to
was as
send
far as I got.
this bit to Matthew. He's gonna murder you.
I thought he hated it too.
No, he hated the second season because the second season
Oh.
was dog shit. But
The second season's real bad. First season was not good though.
at one point I gave him a Kirito shirt.
I remember that. I remember that.
Tank, did you decide a least favorite?
I think I'm gonna stick with Naruto. It's not as good as it's made out to be, and it sucks even more because it became mainstream.
Yeah.
Fair. I'm gonna say Monster Musume because it's creepy and I don't like it. And one time, one of my friends in college made me watch some of it, and I was like, "Oh my god, you watch Cancer." Awful.
I mean, there's some really bad anime out there, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you, especially now, I'm not a huge fan of isekai, and that's like one of the big things right now. The sword art is an isekai, right? Like if you die in the game, you die for real.
Right.
You get
Yeah.
hit by the truck, and then I get transported back in time. But that's like everything at this point is isekai. Most new things that come out. So I just generally am not a fan of anything, but Monster Musume was bad. It's like one of the worst harems I've watched.
Honorable mention for best and most underrated, Eva.
Oh my god. I'm gonna extend this out a little bit longer. One of my friends started snapping me last week. He got a fucking Tamagotchi, but for the angels.
Oh no.
There you go.
When you take care of it enough and it grows up,
I don't want to know what it does.
You get congratulations, third impact.
No way. That's hilarious.
I messaged him back and I was like, congrats, Tang.
That sounds creepy too.
Hilarious.
That sounds so fucking awesome.
It's pretty radical. They like do little dances and shit. What happens when you get the one that's like just a fucking rhombus? What's he do? Oh, that was great. That was a good 25 minutes. Can we please move faster through the rest of the episode?
Okay. We'll do what we can here. I'm gonna skip top 5, bottom 5. We're supposed to be giving our top 5 and bottom 5 teams. I say we just talk about who our least favorite and most favorite teams are, since we're still in that mode. I'm going to start with Frank. Frank, what is your favorite team right now in the NFL?
OUFL NFL teams.
Yeah, we could. Let's do it. Fuck it. Carry it on.
Okay.
Overrated. Let's start overrated.
Oh, start with overrated? Oh,
yeah, let's start with overrated. It's OUFL, so we'll start with
God,
overrated.
at this point, unfortunately, it's Miami is overrated. Agreed. They can't beat a good team.
Yeah.
That's a pretty unanimous.
Yeah. So we're all with Miami is overrated.
Yeah, they can't be a good team. Yeah.
Underrated?
Who's underrated still?
Also, I'd like to put honorable mention for overrated as Buffalo. I know we're facing them this week and we'll probably get waxed by them as the Denver Broncos, but they're not that good. Underrated for me, I think, is still for me would be Cincinnati. I don't think they're getting the respect that they deserve, even though, like, I mean, that division is insane, but they have come out of nowhere to kind of be good in that division. That division all of a sudden is the best division in football.
Yeah.
Yeah, that defensively especially.
I don't like hearing that. Oh,
I know. The
I
Steelers aren't in last
Steelers are
place.
in that decision. I'm going to say the Jags.
Teams that were underrated kind of got bumped up in the meta recently, so
yeah. Jags are a good one.
Yeah, I was thinking Jags just because. You know what? I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
Saints are a good one. I still will underrate them.
Underrated. They started off real rough, but the last couple games they've actually looked pretty good.
Yeah. And Michaela, you're saying the Jags?
Yeah, they look fine most of the time. They look better than I think. I don't know, based off the last year, how shit they were. Maybe any improvement is an improvement, but they look good.
Then once they get one more year with this group of people and get a more solidified offensive line, they are going to be extraordinarily scary next year. They have so many weapons. It's just insane.
I'd say another honorable mention is Houston, who has already doubled the win total we gave them this year.
Yeah.
They have looked really good, and it's mostly CJ Stroud just demolishing opposing defenses somehow.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
I would agree with that. Okay, what's the next one? Let's do
favorite.
Favorite. Let's go favorite. Who's your favorite?
Okay.
Yeah,
favorite.
Sorry. I was going to go
least favorite. So I'm not going to do a homer pick. I'm just going to go with who my favorite team is based on how they're performing on the field.
Right.
I'm going to stick with Philly. I mean, good God. That team, even though they've had some close games in division, they look so good on offense and defense so much that it's hard to see anyone coming from the NFC that's going to be able to take them down.
I can think of one. And there actually could be an honorable mention for underrated, and that's Detroit.
That's my favorite.
There we go.
Detroit is about the only
team. Dan Campbell train.
Yeah. Tell me what you think about the Detroit Lions.
I like Dan Campbell.
My favorite right now is going to be Philly too, but Detroit is, in that category, as is obviously Kansas City's up there too. I don't know who else can be in that category.
Very quietly.
Oh, the Ravens, yeah. They got healthy and now they're just
running the ball down everyone's throat.
Least favorite. Let's base this off of skill, not personal benefit.
Exactly. That's what I was.
We'd all just say the Raiders. But Antonio Pierce seems to have fixed them instantly, so we're going to just disqualify the Raiders, unless you want to pick the Raiders.
Okay, this one's hard. It is between two teams legitimately, both of which are worse than they were 2 weeks ago. I'm going to go with the Giants. With Tommy DeVito as quarterback.
That will lead us into another segment later, but yes, go ahead, Michaela.
Oh, I was going to say the Panthers.
Oh,
yeah.
They suck.
The lovely Duchess has chimed in and just wants to let us know that the Bears still suck. So, and there's a polka song about that, just in case you didn't know.
Tyler Badgett as their quarterback. Holy shit.
And we'd be remiss not to forget about what's going on there in the desert.
Yeah.
Arizona, who had one thing going for them apparently and traded that one thing away.
And they somehow are worse. Yeah.
And now they're rushing Kyler back this week. So they did not get any better. That's what we're thinking about with football this year so far. So that's how the first half of the season went. I kind of want to see what you guys think about the first half of the season. Any surprises? We don't have the list of, the things that we said at the beginning that we wanted to say and, our big, surprise bets. I do know that there
I'm
is
wrong.
there is one that is definitely wrong. And I was going to let Tank address that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of them's out for the year, so let's go ahead and, Danny Dimes is gone for the year at this point, so I'm pretty sure he's not brushing anymore.
No.
And with also Richardson out for the rest of the year, that took off another one. So my multiple 1,000-yard quarterbacks is not looking like it's going to happen.
Yeah, your
Way too
big
many
bet
injuries
was,
this year to the runners.
I believe
And-
your exact number was 3.
I said
And
3.
Yeah, we're not going to get anywhere close to that.
I think we could still end up with 2, to be honest. But
yeah, it's not going to be an easy get. I mean, 17 games, somebody's going to stumble into 1,000 yards, but
yeah,
Jesus,
but with
good.
Even with Justin getting hurt too, multiple weeks out.
Just as anybody who's watching live and cares, the first quarter of the Nuggets game has ended. The Nuggets are up by 5, and Steph Curry has been held to 0 points in the first quarter. That from
playing?
I don't know. The text I just got says Nugs up 26-21 after halftime. Steph has 0 points, and the Nuggets have already gone 10 deep.
Wow.
So they are testing their bench against a really, really good team.
Good.
Which is a little bit surprising, but I like it. I like it a lot. Michaela, what are your big surprises? Any notes you want to talk about? Anything interesting that you want to talk about with football the first half of the year?
I kind of thought the Broncos would be less shit.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, not really. I don't think I was here for the big predict.
I don't know. You were not. And I don't remember any of the big predicts or the hot takes that we did. Obviously, Matt's got that list. But that it would be interesting to go back into that. Maybe we can do that in a later time. Mid-season MVPs are always really interesting. Matt wants us to predict those right here. I guess we can go around the horn and do that. What do you think, Frank?
Well, I had one other thing that surprised me.
Sorry.
The weird parity this year, even more so than recent history, that the Broncos are not good, and they're in 13th or something place in the AFC, 12th or something like that. Weirdly enough, all teams are still legitimately playoff eligible. It's weird.
That is weird.
Like the top from number 5 to number 12, it's a 1-game difference. So
that's wild to me. That's fucking crazy.
There's been a lot of bad football.
I thought that was kind of weird that there is that much parity, especially in the AFC.
Michaela, you are absolutely right. There has been an abnormal, and part of this is the lack of the preseason, right? And part of this is the lack of, or the addition of the 17th game. But we have seen a lot of bad football this year. And it's these teams are all, they get screwed around, and the average NFL team turns between 35 and 40% over of its roster every year. So it takes a while for these guys to gel. And it's such a precision game. Every part of the game, even though it's so physical, is so precision. It takes a while for these teams to get into it. And they only have like a 3-week preseason now, including training camp and stuff. It's like 3 weeks of training camp, 2 weeks of games, and then you're off and running. So it takes a while for these teams to get going. And that was one of the issues, I think, with the Broncos, is that there's so many schematic changes and everything going on, and personnel changes. It's taken a while to get there. The Broncos, yes, they're not out of it. I don't think they're going to be out of it. I think this is going to go all season, and they may or may miss the playoffs, but based off of their start, they should not be anywhere close to the playoffs.
You
and
they're 70 points. You shouldn't be bidding on a playoff game.
No, and after giving up 70 points, that defense has actually turned it around and actually been the reason why they beat the Chiefs. And almost beat the Chiefs twice. They held them to 1 touchdown in 2 games, and Matt rubbed that in our faces a couple of weeks ago, but it's true. So it's just, you're right. The parity in the NFL and the amount of awful football we've been subjected to has been out of control in my estimation.
Especially prime time dog shit games.
Right.
It's been a lot of
Like-
prime time games. It's like I don't want to watch this.
In about a minute and a half, we're going to talk about a really bad primetime game. So without further ado, let's go into some degeneracy and talk about some gambling action. See if you guys did any gambling this past week, and if so, how did you do and what did you do, and if you have anything planned up and coming.
I did not bet on anything this weekend.
I mentally gambled on Charles Leclerc, and that was enough for me. I lost enough fucking hope and joy.
And street cred.
Yeah,
On Charlotte Flair.
that
There
shit
you go.
sucked.
Did you see that Ryan Air gave him a one way?
Yeah, to Lords. He was like, I think I need to go to Lords. It was like, so
Ryan Air
funny.
is one of the greatest Twitter accounts. The guy who was in charge of that, man. Thank God they're an international company. They can get away with some of the stuff that they say. Yeah, I didn't have any gambling. There's a couple of really interesting spreads this week that we'll talk about that could be fun to bet on, but I don't have anything planned at this point.
Man,
So it's now that time of the show where I'm going to stand up. I've been sitting because my legs hurt, but now I'm going to stand because I'm getting excited for Pew Pew Pick Em. This is the part of the show where we pick the games for the next week. We do this as part of a bit where we select the games for my restaurant, and these picks are put up against everybody else who plays in. The week 9 results are in, ladies and gentlemen. We got 77 points, which is not bad considering we missed a lot of games. Luckily, we were able to hit on all of our high point games, and we got there. There was one person that beat us, so we gave out one appetizer this week.
Wow. There you go.
So good job, everybody. Yeah, so not a great week as far as points go, but a lot of people missed all the same games. There were a lot of upsets and weird shit like that. So without further ado, let's get into it and talk about bad primetime football. Tomorrow, if you're not listening to us live, this game is Thursday. Tomorrow night, the Carolina Panthers are going to Chicago to take on the 1-2 Bears, or 2-7 Bears. There is 3 wins between these two teams.
Whoever put this schedule together is an asshole for making this game a primetime game.
They knew that both of these teams were going to be bad. But this, they probably put this on the schedule, and Bezos was like, all right, we're flexing this shit. Then this is why they're talking about flexing Thursday night games now, is because of this fucking game right here.
Yeah.
Bezos got stuck with this one, and he's like, no, fuck it. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, this is a pile of shit game right here.
Well, anyways, so the game, just so we know, most of the time we will take a mix of Tank and our co-host Matt, and then, we have a tie break. Michaela, when you were gone, we used a coin because I didn't give a shit about any of the games. This week will be a little bit different because Matt is gone. On my handy sheet of paper here, included with the spreads of every game and the names and location of each game, I have King Goon's picks.
Oh, okay.
So he will be breaking ties.
Both these teams are trash.
Yeah, I'll give you some King Goon points as we go through. I don't really have one on this game because both of these teams are absolutely dog shit. Each person gets 8 seconds to tell me the winner and tell me a little bit of something about this game. I switch it up. There is no rhyme or reason for who goes first or who goes second, so suck it. Frank, tell me about the Bears, who are favored by 3.5 at home against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, that really doesn't make any fucking sense to me because the Bears are garbage. I'm going to take the Panthers, actually, in this one.
MJ?
You couldn't pay me to watch this game. I guess I'll take the Bears.
Okay, so Matt has already broken one tie. So we'll put a T here. and Michaela has picked with King Goon. The Bears are the company pick. I don't like this game at all, so I don't fucking care about either of these teams. And if the Duchess was here, she would remind us once again that the Bears still suck, and there's a song you can get to.
Yeah, Justin Fields isn't playing, right?
He's attempting to come back, but I don't think he's playing this week. He was a limited participant in practice today.
Yeah.
But he did practice, so I mean that doesn't mean anything. He's a shit quarterback too.
I may go with the Bears if he was playing just because he's obviously better than Badgent, but that's
both
about
of these
it.
teams are dog shit.
Yeah,
okay, we've talked enough about this game.
Let's talk bad football.
Let's talk more bad football, where the Indianapolis Colts, who are without their best player, are going on the road to New England to play the Patriots. The Patriots are at home. They are 1.5 point dogs, so the Indianapolis Colts are favored by 1.5 points. Frank, tell me about this one.
I have no faith in either of these teams at all. The Colts sneak one because Zach Moss.
All right, Michaela?
Mac Jones is trash, I think is the bit. Also the Colts.
Yeah, Mac Jones is trash is the bit. Yeah, Matt picked the Colts on this one too. So that is a clean sweep by the panel. Good job, everybody. The next game on the docket is actually kind of an interesting one, to be honest.
Oh my God, that's the Frankfurt game?
Yeah, they sent the Colts and the Patriots to Germany.
God damn, I feel bad for Germany.
I think it's fucking hilarious that they sent the Patriots to Germany.
What the
fuck? I still can't get over the fact that they sent the symbol of the troops and everything like that is the U.S. to Germany. Anyways,
I think.
Anyways, the next game on the docket is a Big 12, Big 10 North showdown. The Cleveland Browns are rolling into Baltimore. Remember, we're calling them the Big 10 because they all play like Big 10. You were giving me a look. I don't know if I missed something up or what did I do? Anyways, Frank's not going to tell me what I did wrong.
I don't think you did anything wrong.
Okay. Big 10.
I was looking at it to make sure I was looking at the right game.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, the Cleveland Browns are going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Ravens are at home, favored by 6 in this one so far. Michaela, tell me about this one.
I like the birds. I like birds. Caw-caw.
Caw-caw, Frank.
In division is weird, and the Browns' defense actually is good, but the Ravens have just been nonstop rolling people recently, so I'm going to go Ravens.
Yeah, Matt's got the Ravens too. I can't pick the Browns in any game because Deshaun Watson is still getting paid. Moving on to another game of the week candidate. The Green Bay Packers are leaving.
You actually picked that as game. I didn't think that's what you were going with. I was like, is he really saying that on this one? Okay.
Yeah, game of the week candidate here. So the Green Bay Packers are going on the road to Pittsburgh to face Michaela's Steelers. Steelers are at home, favored by 3. Frank, tell me about this one.
This one's going to suck hard. And the Steelers are going to pull it out because that's what happens. Steelers bullshit with high-end talent.
Will Michaela pick the Steelers?
Fuck no, I don't care.
So you've got the Packers in this one?
Sure.
Okay. D for dipshit. We are picking the Steelers. Matt went with the Steelers on this one. Yeah, this is an ugly game. Fuck both of these teams. Yeah. Right in the poop shoot. Speaking of right in the poop shoot, this is an oddly interesting game now. The Houston Texans are going to Cincinnati to take on the not so hapless Bengals. Bengals are at home, favored by a full tutty, as Matt would say. Michaela, tell me about who's going to win this one.
I saw a T. Higgins TikTok today that made me laugh super hard, so we're going to Bengals.
Okay. Frank?
The Texans look much better than I thought they were, but I think Cincinnati is turning into their dominant selves again.
timer doesn't go off much, so I get to enjoy
You're
it
good.
when it does.
You're good.
So all three of you guys are picking the Bengals. I would agree with that. I like the way the Texans are rolling, and it seems like they're putting some stuff together. But the Bengals are hot right now, white hot, and Joe Burrow is healthy. Speaking of healthy, I was going to say something about not watching this game and it being healthy for you, but I can't think of anything. But don't watch this football game. Just don't. The New Orleans Saints are going to Minnesota, and they're going to drown themselves in the lakes, the waters of Lake Minnetonka. The Saints are favored by 2.5 on the road in Minnesota. Frank, tell me about this game.
This is a weird one. I think I'm going to go with the Saints, but yeah, could be surprising though.
Michaela?
I also don't like this game. I'm gonna say the Saints. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, Matt went with the Saints as well, so it's a clean sweep on that one. We've talked enough about this game. The 49ers, the human 49ers are going on the road to Jacksonville, where the Jaguars are at home in Jacksonville and not actually in Europe for once. They are going to be down, although the 49ers are favored by 3 on the road. Michaela, tell me about this game.
I like kitty cats. Duval. I'm doing it for Neil.
Yeah, I dig it. Will Frank go with the hat on his head?
This is the Broncos.
Oh, I just saw the blue. Sorry,
I was
go ahead.
kind of curious.
I'll
Yes.
restart your
Spoilers,
timer
yes.
for you.
I'm going to go with the Jaguars because I got a weird feeling people are underrating them again in this game.
I would agree with you. Matt picked the 49ers, but
As a get back game. Yeah, I get that.
yeah, but they're just still not healthy. You know,
they're not.
So, and Debo's, despite his lack of production on the field, mostly because he hasn't been healthy all year, he does something to that team. And I don't know what it is, but it completely changes the makeup of that group.
Isn't Trent still out too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that changes that offensive line completely.
And the Jags have a home field advantage. I don't know what everyone's talking about. People show up to Jags games. Next game on the docket is another Butte, guys. We're talking about Super Bowl preview here, everybody, where the Tennessee Titans are going down to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Baker's Bucks are at home, favored by 1 at home. Frank, what do you got?
I think the Buccaneers are the better team out of these two, so I'm going with them.
Okay, Michaela?
I hate this fucking game. Why are there so many bad games? I guess the Bucks.
Okay. Matt would say Baker Mayfield is trash.
Yeah.
But he also picked the Bucks. So
that's because Tennessee is so unproven and they have no offense.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Next game, we've spent too much time talking about this shit pile. We're going to talk about another shit pile of a game where the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, Michaela is going to have to pick between 2 birds in this one. The Atlanta, I know, 2 birds. The Atlanta Falcons are soaring to the desert where they're taking on the Dirt Birds, the Cardinals. Falcons are favored by 1.5 in this one. What a weird fucking game. Frank, tell me about this one.
That's extremely low, but weirdly makes sense. But I'm going to go Falcons anyway.
Michaela?
I like the Falcons because their losses under 500 makes it look like a bird. Caw, Falcons.
Okay, so I'm going to put a T. No, T. You picked the Falcons too, right? So did Matt. So we've got a clean sweep on that one. The Falcons. I don't know what they're doing at the quarterback position. It's weird, but they oddly seem.
Hankey's starting, right?
Yeah, he oddly makes them more dynamic on offense. So I
know his name's Heineke. I call him Hanky because
it looks like Hanky.
Yeah,
and he's the Christmas poo.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know what it is, but he came in and that offense sped up and looks better. And
Still don't give the fucking ball to Bijan enough.
or Kyle Pitts.
Or Kyle Pitts.
But it's Arizona, and they traded Josh Dobbs to Minnesota, and Minnesota suddenly is unbelievably good because Josh Dobbs is like the greatest quarterback of all time if you pay attention to social media. Anyways, next game on the docket is actually kind of a good game. The Detroit Lions are taking their show on the road, where it won't be a road game because they're in Los Angeles and it's a Chargers game. There are no Chargers fans, but there are Detroit fans. Despite appearances, there are Lions fans, guys. The Lions are on the road, kind of, favored by 3 in this one. Michaela, what do you think?
I like Dan Campbell, and I hate the Chargers. Let's go Lions.
Let's go Lions. Are you going to pick the Kitties, sir?
Yeah, the Chargers just too damn inconsistent, and the Lions look really good. So, yeah, Lions.
Matt's bit is the Chargers will Charger. Go Lions. He as well picked the Lions, but I can do this. He doesn't even have to be here. I can do all of his bits for him. Frank, let's talk. Let's talk about this one, shall we, Frank? We need to take a deep dive. We need to take a deep dive into this one. This is a divisional game, guys. This is, battle of the bigs here. The New York Football Giants of New Jersey are going down to Jerry's World in Dallas and facing off against the Cowboys. What's the spread in this one? It's the biggest one we've seen all year. The Cowboys are favored by 16 and a half fucking points. That's 3 scores, guys.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
So in this one, when we have spreads that are double digits, Michaela, we generally don't pick the games at this point because we agree with the spreads. What we do is pick against or for the spread. So quickly, Michaela, will the Cowboys cover the 16 and a half?
I don't know what that means, but no.
Okay, so the spread
that's less than the number of points, right? If you're under the spread.
If the Cowboys win 17-0, they will cover the spread.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah. I say no.
No. So that's the biggest number we've seen all year in a pro game. Frank, what do you think? Do they cover or no?
Based on the first game they played and based on what I've seen New York do recently, I'm thinking yes.
Matt agrees with you about the cover. I had to ask him specifically just about that one just because it was so giant. Michaela, you have something to say?
I just want to say that I've gotten bit by so many teams who are so heavily favored that blow it just because I cheer for the fucking Maple Leafs that I have half a mind to cheer for the Giants.
That doesn't count.
But the Giants have Danny DeVito.
But what if Danny DeVito just goes apeshit?
Then
he'll take pictures of his toe on vacation and put it on Twitter, and that'll be hilarious.
What if specifically It's Always Sunny Danny DeVito played for the New York Giants?
They would have a better chance than with Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
They would play harder for Danny DeVito than they would for Tommy DeVito. That's all I'm going to say. Defend your boy, Brian Daboll.
I can't. Jesus. Who can defend this? That team sucks on every aspect of the ball. They were decent on defense before. They're not even good on defense at this point.
So, will your twin brother make it through the year as the coach of the Giants?
He might, but I don't know how you justify bringing him back next year at this point.
Yeah, he gets fired for sure at the end of the year, but I like extending the joke. So I just, anytime I can mention that Brian Daboll looks exactly like my brother-in-law, it's a good day for me.
I think we should make that switch happen, and maybe I can help him beat the Cowboys.
You might have some coaching ups on Brian Daboll, I think. And you're better looking too anyways. But that's besides the point. We're going to take another look at another game here. It's an NFC showdown, and this is a good one, guys. Or is it? The Washington Commanders are going on the road to take on the Seattle Seahawks, and the Birds are favored by 6 at home. Frank, tell me about this one.
They are so both incredibly inconsistent that I really don't know who to pick, but I'm going to say Seahawks.
Does the 12th man factor make them win the game, Michaela?
I could not name a player on either of these teams, but I like birds.
Geno Smith.
Aiden, yeah.
He does play
Drew
for
Lock.
them.
Weirdly
Oh
enough.
my god.
Noah Fant.
Yeah, Drew Lock and Noah Fant.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I could name former Broncos on one team.
Matt agrees with you. He is going with the Seahawks as well. I'm moving on because that game sucks. I just like to bring them up because then I can say Washington. And that's a lot of fun for me. And every time Matt thinks about the word Washington, he thinks about me doing that. And I live in his head rent free now, and that's amazing for me. I'm probably doing it longer than that, but that specific reason, Washington. The next game is a doozy of a floozy, where the New York of New Jersey Jets are going on the road to take on Antonio Pierce's Raiders, who apparently Antonio Pierce is the truth when it comes to using words. He motivated that Raiders team into a giant win last week. The Raiders at home, but the Jets are still favored by 1. Can you make sense of this for me, Michaela?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
You weren't ready. I can tell.
I think Zach Wilson sucks. Let's go Raiders.
Oh God,
that's close enough.
Frank,
I think both of these teams are still not great, but I think the Antonio Pierce bandwagon continues, and the Raiders pull this one out.
You guys are picking against Matt in this one. I'm in agreement on this. I hate picking with the Raiders, but did you see, not talking about anybody who's playing, but did you see after the game on Monday night, Derwin James came up and asked Aaron Rodgers when he was coming back, and Aaron Rodgers said a couple weeks?
Yeah,
he did. That's all on video. It's all over the internet. So,
yep.
A-Raj coming back in a couple weeks. Apparently, I don't know what he said on the show yesterday, but he told everyone on national TV a couple weeks. So, this brings us to Monday night. Bum, 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 where the Denver Broncos are taking their show on the road. Hi, girls.
Hi, Uncle Alonzo.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where Lisa went.
Say hi.
Hi. Least likely to succeed at being bad.
Yeah, that means I'm going to be good, because I'm least likely to succeed at being bad, which means I'm not good at being bad. What?
Hi, I want to go to bed. Hi, I want to go to bed.
Look who else I found.
Stop.
Look who else I found, girls.
Say hi. Say goodnight.
Hi, Mimi.
Hi, sweetheart.
You don't have to yell into the mic.
Can I say something?
Yeah, but you have to tell them every week not to yell into the mic. What were you going to ask, Scarlett?
I'm trying to say hi to. I want to go to bed.
Ah.
Michaela,
Hi.
the young one, is trying to talk to you.
Hello.
Love you guys.
Love you. Sweet dreams.
All right.
What are you guys talking about today?
Football.
Sports.
Oh my God. Okay. Love you both.
Are you guys talking about the Jags?
We
did just talk about the Jags.
Yay!
I love you guys. Good night. All right.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to go take a shower.
We were talking about the Bills and Broncos, guys.
Yes.
So the Bills are at home on Monday night taking on the Denver Broncos. Spoiler alert, Matt picked the Bills in this one. I don't know if he picked them to cover, but he picked the Bills in this one. The Bills are favored by 7.5 currently at home, according to MGM. Frank, I'm not setting the clock on this one. Go ahead and tell me what you think.
That seems like a big line considering how inconsistent the Bills have been. Oh God, I think the Broncos defense might be good enough to slow this team down, because they've been slowed down by worse defenses so far this year. So yeah, Broncos on the road I think they actually win.
All right. Michaela, what do you think?
I don't know. I like Josh Allen more than I like Russell Wilson. But I don't think I know any other players on the Bills except Von Miller's still on the Bills, right?
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah.
He's playing well too.
No, he whiffed on a tackle hard last week.
He's allowed to do that every once in a while. Man's
Yeah.
a Pro
It's just
Bowler,
unusual
Hall of
to see him
Famer.
do it.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm gonna say the Bills, but I would not be shocked if the Broncos won.
Okay, so Matt picked the Bills. Unbeknownst to Matt, and just so you guys know, for the first time ever, somebody has done this on this bit, which has been exactly 10 weeks now. Matt picked 100% chalk. He picked every single team with Vegas. So every team that was favored in the spread, he picked. That has not happened yet.
No.
So that was kind of fun for me when I discovered that.
Wow.
We have, so there you go. That was Pew Pew Pick 'em, guys. What do you think?
Pew 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 pew.
Let's keep people from some appetizers.
There's a lot of crap games this weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bullshit, but we still got to talk about it. So there it is. Speaking of some bullshit, some of that happened in the second period last night of the hockey game. Michaela, what happened with all that, and what was the final fallout from the situation from last night's Colorado Avalanche game?
Hockey.
For those of you who don't know, we're actually starting the NHL bit right now.
Yeah, I'm taking your segue and throwing it out the window.
It was close enough.
The Avs have been not ideal. They got shut out 3 games in a row. But they won last night, so I'll take that as a win. Fucking Ross Colton. He used to be I don't want to say dirty, but I will say scuzzy when he was on the Lightning, and he got into a bit of a tiff and decided, what happens if I took the side of my stick and put it into somebody's mouth hole? And he got real lucky. He did not get suspended. That was brutal. He got a $5,000 fine. Dops is on their ass. Yeah, Dops be on their bullshit again, but spin the wheel.
The cross check to me was hit or miss, but we didn't get a great angle at the punch in the mouth with the stick. You could see that he did it, but I didn't realize he actually made contact.
From
where we were.
It's it's hard to see when you're actually there, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But especially watching the replays afterwards, you're like, yikes.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't get at least 1 or 2 games.
The hit itself was, whatever. It was a good hit, but probably deserved a penalty, but the punch in the mouth was came around and was just like bam, stick, Two-Face.
Annihilation. In other NHL news, the Sharks finally won a game. The Philadelphia Flyers fucking disappointed us all and lost to the Sharks. I really wanted the Sharks to lose to Philadelphia because the Sharks play the Oilers next on Thursday, so tomorrow. And they haven't been doing great. And if they lost to the Sharks, I was ready for a McDavid trade. I was ready for Woodcroft out, Holland out, Draisaitl out. Let's just start fucking throwing bitches out. I was so
the
stoked.
Building is on fire.
I still think if the Oilers lose to the Sharks, they'll have the same number of points. It's bad looks in Edmonton right now. And there might be some, it's still early in the season, but if it keeps up and they lose to the Sharks, I think we could see some a reckoning in Edmonton. Also, like, inside note, the Leafs still fucking suck. They lost the Sens today. It's not that they suck. It's that they went out and they got all these guys and they're like, don't worry, guys, we got big tough guys. They're gonna be big and tough. And then Liljegren got like fucking slew-footed and there was no fights. And then Sheldon Keefe was like, I don't understand why there were no fights. Like, I just don't like how soft we were, and no one started a fight or anything like that. And it's like, my brother in Christ, you are the coach. You can tell them to go do that. Like, you could have put Reeves on the ice the next time Marchand went out, or was it Marchand? It was Marchand. I can't remember who now.
Yeah, I
But
think
you
it
could
was
have
Marchand.
put him out on the at the same time, and he was like, "No, I will not." And then he was like, "I don't understand why we didn't fight back." And it's the Leafs are bad. Kay.
Anything else we need to know about in hockey?
In hockey, no, but come back to me next time we do this pod, and I might have an F1 bit for you.
Oh, that'll be so exciting. You know, the F1 bit automatically has its own theme music.
It has a couple songs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of songs. Did you know Lando Norris has its own song?
No, I didn't.
It's great. So many of them have their own songs. It's fantastic.
Frank got to experience the wrath of me playing
I
Max
finally heard
Verstappen.
Doot, 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 doot.
That was wild.
And the Duchess hates it, so I pull it out. She's like, "Not the stupid song again."
It's so good.
It's so bad. It's so awesome. A banger, man. It's an absolute banger.
Fucking rocks.
All right. Well, thank you for the hockey stuff. It's very early in the season, but it seems like a lot of fun so far already. In NBA news, Nuggets are playing right now. I don't know what the current score is because I haven't heard, but they were winning the last time we checked against a really good Golden State team. So the champions from the last two seasons of the NBA are playing tonight. And so how fun. Did you guys have a chance to look up that current score?
53-47 at half.
Nuggets.
Yeah.
So 6 points at half. That's a pretty good start. So we'll see how it goes. I did get some. Steph woke up a bit, had 9 points in the first half. Joker has 15, 9, and 1. The guy is unstoppable. And I accidentally hit the mute button. I don't know if I didn't know you could do that, actually. You press M and that mutes you. Okay, good. Now I know. I didn't press M, which makes it even more confusing. I'm going to carry on. I don't know if you guys saw Joker came in to do his press conference after the game the other day where Struthers scored 22 points, sat down at the table. He said, I already know what you guys are going to ask, so I'm going to answer all of your questions. And he talked for like 10 minutes without letting anybody ask a question. It was awesome. Did you guys see that? Oh
No,
my God. It was the best. It was the best post-game press conference I've ever seen. He literally sat down. He said, all right, guys, I know what you're going to say. And he just took it over. It was fucking brilliant. Like, it was just like watching him play basketball where he's like, you go there, you go there. I take ball, then I throw to you. You throw it up. We're good. But he was like, Julian was really good. You know, he just broke the game down completely. It was fucking awesome. It was the greatest post game I've seen in a long time.
I don't actually want to talk to any of you motherfuckers, so I'm just going to answer your questions before you can answer them.
It's so good.
Help me God.
He is so awesome. I love him so much. He is the greatest.
Did you guys see that fucking pass? That inbound pass where he just fucking yard sailed the ball from the other side of the half court line and went in, and everyone in this stadium was like, what the fuck?
Well, and they talked about it before. He's like, yeah, just throw it up to him. Okay. And he makes it look so, every time he's on the floor, he makes basketball look so easy. Like the ball just, it doesn't like, I don't like to say the ball goes through him as the offense. The ball flows through him because it literally, like, you know, every time he's on the court, it just makes such a big difference. But anyways, the Nuggets are really good. Michael Porter Jr. has been much better as late, but we did get some bad news yesterday, I believe, which was Tuesday. We are going to be missing some time from one of our stars, Frank.
Yeah, we're missing Murray for at least the rest of the month, it looks like, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to have some bench step up to fill that role for a bit.
Yeah, and this is a good time to test that bench depth that we've been talking about. So, Michaela, do you have anything to say about the Nuggets?
The Nuggets, I think I've about said all of the information I have about the Nuggets. Other than, have they lost a game yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They are 7-1.
Okay.
They lost one.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, okay?
Yeah. In other news, the Lakers are complaining about calls because they are terrible, and so they need to try to get. They are 3-4 currently, but LeBron was complaining about not getting calls, which is just laughable. And so then the next day, they actually filed a formal complaint with the league about the lack of calls for their superstar stars. Where, fuck off, Los Angeles.
Yeah, they got waxed by the Rockets today, by the way.
Good. They fucking deserve it.
Yeah.
They were winning handily, too. So they had to have given up that. It was like a 12-point lead at one point.
Yeah, they got absolutely destroyed by the Rockets.
Good.
And Joker passed LeBron for triple doubles, so fuck you.
Yeah. Regular season triple doubles, and not even like half the amount of games either.
No, 800 less games.
So yeah, that's the NBA. I don't really want to talk anymore about basketball because there's that fucking stupid in-season tournament, but I don't want to talk about it.
Boo.
I
The
think it's
UCL,
fine.
the UCL
I mean,
like
it's
basketball. I want my big dumb song.
I
I think we talked about this last time we talked about it, but
Yeah.
the Champions League has the big dumb song. I want a big dumb NBA in-season
No,
tournament.
that was I'm down with that, and I like the in-season tournament. I just don't care enough right now to talk anymore about it. We need to talk a little bit about what's going on in college football. First off, CU is still kind of middling at best. It was announced today, though, with the amount of money that they have raised. I must be purely just by Prime. They have announced that they are going to change the size of the scoreboard at Folsom Field. They are taking the old one down, and before the next season starts, the scoreboard that is going there will be 5 times as big as the current one.
It's massive.
It's unfucking believable, but you know, good things to come, I guess, from there. Talk about not good things. In the University of Michigan, the story just gets weirder, Frank.
I don't know what to even say about this. So Stallions, I don't know, like they're making Michigan look out like the mob right now. You know?
Yeah.
It's weird.
For those of you who don't know, Michigan is under investigation, and specifically this Connor Stallions guy is under investigation by the NCAA. They have a self-investigation, and there are other teams doing individual investigations into the fact that this guy has bought many tickets to many different games for many different Michigan opponents.
Which their opponents' investigation seems to have been going back prior to this year by at least a few of the teams. So that's interesting.
Right. And the latest news on this story is they have gone back through some old footage and found a Central Michigan versus Michigan State game where this Connor Stallions guy somehow made himself part of the Central Michigan staff to stand on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And there are dozens of pictures of the internet with him like standing next to the head coach.
Yeah. On the field.
On the field.
It's fucking wild. I don't know how that happens. Someone sucks at security.
So nobody knows exactly what's going on with this yet, and there's a lot of investigating going on about a lot of these different schools. Central Michigan has to do something now. Michigan State has to do something. I'm sure Purdue is doing something as well. These things are going to play out. To me, this ultimately, I think, leads to Jim Harbaugh being the next coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't think he's going to make it out of this one. He's had too many controversies. I think this one's too big for him to escape from.
Well, and it's just so weird because Big Ten is talking about suspending them. The playoff committee for the NCAA is talking about not letting them participate. Are we good? What happened?
I believe your mic took a shit.
I think your mic flamed out gloriously. So whether it's unplugged or... Anyways, this is great. You went from sounding fantastic to sounding like you were in a can.
Give me 1 second.
No, you're good.
Oh my God! Speaking of Mass Effect,
5 minutes later,
they announced the new Mass Effect game. I'm fucking. I don't remember what the word is. I'm taking charge of the pod until Frank gets his thing back. They announced
you're hijacking.
Hijacking. There we go.
There you go.
They announced a new Mass Effect game, and it looks like it's gonna be potentially maybe resurrect Shepard to go save the Andromeda fuckers. And if that's true, I'm so fucking stoked.
Shepard's back?
Well, they're potentially, no one knows for sure. There was like a 5 seconds of somebody walking in a hallway and a picture of N7 person with a cool coat and like 6 Citadel looking shit. So
Are we good?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
It was really interesting. It sounded like something kind of exploded over there. I don't know. Maybe not exploded. I'm exaggerating a little bit but Shepard coming back would be cool.
Especially if they come back to go to Andromeda, because there was a thing that mentioned like Andromeda signal found or something, and as much as everyone didn't like Mass Effect Andromeda because the gameplay was ass and like generally speaking was unsupported, I really like the Andromeda crew and I really like the Andromeda game. So I hope we get more Andromeda. I like them. I like my dumb little Ryder. He's stupid. He was great.
Maybe they just want to go back and fix that, so they're just redoing it so it's better.
They're like, we are no longer going to allow your Ryder to bang every motherfucker on your ship. Thank you.
Any better?
Yay!
I don't know what happened there.
That was strange.
We fixed it.
Yay! Woo!
But yes, the new Mass Effect game does look interesting.
The other interesting news about the Connor Stallion thing is they basically terminated him. So they're trying to cover their asses. Jim Harbaugh refuses to answer any questions about this, which I think is bullshit, and just proves his guilt. So I don't think he's going to be long for the Michigan Wolverines. What do you think, Frank?
I would have to agree with that. This seems like too deep of a pile to get out of without having some ramifications. And I don't see it getting any better because it seems like they have enough evidence to say that it wasn't just regular, game tape shit. It was, spy versus spy, basically. And
he's standing on the sideline.
Yeah. And he looks like a total dick right now for all of it. And like, as much as they're trying to pin it on this guy, because he acted on his own, under his own accord, he did it all by himself. I'm sure that's what happened.
Right. He didn't have an expended account or something like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous, but whatever. Speaking of ridiculous, somebody who almost ruined the Broncos a couple years ago and kind of started to ruin the Broncos is getting a shot at taking over an offense and kind of ruining it as well. Pat Shurmur is back in Colorado, ladies and gentlemen.
I am so disappointed in seeing. I know that the offense has not been as good recently. I get it, but you're paying stiffer competition, and you've still been putting points on the board. The issue isn't the offense. The issue is you have no line, and your defense is getting rolled in the second half. You know, like that has nothing to do with the offense or why. How do you rationalize bringing Pat Shurmur back? I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't get it. Anybody who's seen any of Pat Shurmur's offense realizes that guy has no idea of what he's talking about.
He runs a super awesome offense from 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's about the most boring football you can run.
It's not even that it's boring. It's not good. If it was boring and they scored and held the ball and, you know, controlled the clock, I'd be all for it. Cool.
Right.
I'm up for some boring wins. But it's boring and terrible. So
yeah. The offense Pat Shurmur runs is from a bygone day, like when Gene Mingo was playing.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on from there, I don't think there's anything I really else want to talk about with college football, so we'll just move on to saying goodnight, everybody. We start the process of saying goodnight by talking about some really stupid people. We're going to go to the master of ceremonies for this little bit. Michaela, take it away for Dipshit of the Week.
Okay, so I just dropped a Twitter link in the chat, and if you guys could please mute yourself when you watch this video, cannot be on Twitch. This is a video of Alex Galchenyuk in the cop car. This is what got him. Well, this is not what got him arrested, but this is him arrested. This is Dipshit of a very long time. It's so bad. It's so much worse than you think it's gonna be. It's awful, 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 awful. It sucks. I'm vamping so that they can listen to this, and there's a lot of facial expressions happening right now. It's so bad. You can find it it's on Twitter right now, going around the Alex Galchenyuk. It's 2 minutes of like nightmare shit, and he's talking to cops. And he's saying some heinous.
I don't want to say the second half out of it, but I love that I'm gonna make some bolognese out of you parts.
Yeah, he does at
The
one
second
point.
half a little rough.
At one point, does threaten to make spaghetti sauce out of the cops. It's worse than you would possibly think. Yeah. I mean, he is Dipshit of the Week, but I do hope he gets the help he needs.
Oh my god!
Because that's
to have the cops killed.
I have only watched 52 seconds of this 2 minute and 20 minute or 2 minute 20 second video, but that fucking 50 seconds felt like it was 2 hours.
It's so bad.
He will never play hockey again.
Not now that the video is public.
He's getting deported. That's what's about to happen.
No shit. And I hope Russia has a good alcohol abuse rehab facility or something, because it's
called the KGB and you disappear.
No shit. It's so bad. So bad. 2 minutes and 20 seconds of that.
How
it
scary
keeps going.
Is that? Oh.
It keeps going.
Oh my god, he threatens to have him killed. That's the best.
Multiple times. Like when you get later in the video.
Bloodline? I can't watch any more of this. This guy is like,
he has lost control.
Somebody put him in a hospital somewhere.
Oh my
god. No shit. This video is almost like not foolproof, but like very good proof for like maybe jail's not the right place maybe a hospital or like a mental health facility of some kind because it's rough.
That,
Oh, yeah.
that yeah, I didn't have a video, and I'm glad because this is kind of
That's fantastic.
oh my
In the
god.
worst conceivable ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
Which
gonna
is
say
funny. He's talking about making him into bolognese. Like, wouldn't it be more apt? He's Russian. Make him into borscht, wouldn't you?
I don't know, maybe
What
Maybe.
the fuck, dude?
this event happened over the summer, but he gets dipshit of the week this week for it coming out.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
we talked about it when it happened and said that whenever comes public that we would find out, and we have found out, and it's worse than we could possibly like. I just the first 50 seconds of that, it's worse than I thought possible.
And that's like that video came out while we were recording, but that's what everyone is saying about it is like it no matter how bad you think it is, like the more he talks, the more you're like, oh my god.
That is an open-ended monologue that you do not want to be a part of.
Apparently, there's an 11-minute video.
No, there can't be.
I-
I'm sure
I-
there is.
I'm sure
Yeah,
there is, but
There
I
is. It's Fox
I
10 released it.
could not make it through the 2 minutes.
I
Like-
said, I'm at like 57 seconds. I can go back and watch any more of that.
That's rough.
There is hatred and ferocity and craziness and death threats and racial slurs and like everything that you can think of that's bad, besides maybe like actually causing violence to somebody or like punching a baby on screen. Everything that he says, like the worst possible thing that you can say.
That's why you got to find the 11-minute video and see if he actually takes a swing at somebody.
Jesus.
Did he get any charges for like actual
Not-
resisting arrest or anything? I don't think so.
I don't
He
think
had
so.
charges
but-
pending, but I don't think any of them were for that.
Right.
When you hear the arresting officer, in the background just saying no comment over and over again. So
Right.
somebody
Right.
coached that motherfucker that, hey, I know he's spitting hate and vitriol to you. Get him in the car, turn on the camera, and shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Ruin his fucking life.
Yeah, that someone told him like, "Hey, don't feed him anything. Let him go."
Yeah. And this kind of shit, when people start saying this kind of stuff and it comes out of nowhere, or they say it comes out of nowhere and they're whatever. Like these people that do this when they're drunk, this is what their actual thought process is.
Well, and that's the claim, is that he was drunk, and he very much looks like he is drunk. But that I've been drunk a lot of times in my life, and it didn't ever turn me racist. So
Yeah. Or into a seemingly KGB agent who just has to make a phone call, and like what? It's fucking wild, man. And like when you're drunk and you talk like that, that's what you're really thinking.
I've threatened to kill people a few times when I was drunk, so I can't really back off that one. How I met my wife was immediately, prior to me getting into a fight and throwing someone off a porch. So,
But the point is that we know of, you haven't killed anybody, so that's what's important.
nothing to get
Not
connected.
knowingly that you
Yeah.
you have not, that we know of, have killed anybody. There's
Never.
Allegedly not.
no, this never happened that we know of.
No
Yeah.
comment.
But that was a rough go.
Yeah,
That
I
guy was
can't
having a
talk
bad
about
day.
Holy shit, that is dipshit of the year there. Holy fuck. What a
God, that
show.
makes mine look sad.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tank. What do you got, bud?
Well, we already commented on mine. Mine's a dual threat this week, and it's the combination of Harbaugh and Stallions playing their little spy versus spy game and making it look like a fucking cartoon at this point. So, yeah. That's just such a stupid story. And the stuff you're talking about where he's standing on the sideline, like, how did he not know that would eventually come out?
Right. And
You
he's
know.
wearing sunglasses during a night game. And nobody thinks it's weird.
And he's standing on the sideline of a team he doesn't work for.
And nobody thinks to like question it.
Yeah, no one stops him. Like it's everyone involved in this situation seemingly wants to take no responsibility. They are all fucking responsible for how stupid and unnecessarily elaborate it got. So yeah, that's
We do need to give a little bit of credit where credit is due. We did not have a full show last week. We had a scramble, and we had picks. We would be remiss if we didn't give an honorable dipshit to Josh McDipshit.
oh yeah, that fucking moron.
Rip his head coaching career probably forever.
I would
He's
assume
had
it
3
is.
opportunities and melted down twice and didn't even walk into the building of the third one and ruined a lot of people live in the process just doing that. So I'm hoping that he doesn't get another opportunity.
He will probably be an OC somewhere though, and it's probably going to be New England.
Yeah. That being said, that's all I've got for the show. Michaela, you got anything you need to say here to end this bitch?
Not particularly. I'll come next episode, gang. The episode where I talk about F1. Look forward to it.
Hell yeah. We look forward to it. Frank, what you got?
Nothing big going on this week. I guess watch some really shitty football this weekend. I guess that's about it.
So bad.
Yeah, not much else going on. Besides that.
Cool. You want to do you?
Oh yeah, let's pimp some stuff. Yeah, you can obviously catch me here on My Brother's an Idiot at least every other week, but we've been doing a lot of, every week, and so that's gone pretty consistent. You can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, I believe, and then on Spotify and something else. I can't remember what the other one was. Then you can catch us on the Nerds That Know. We will be live with the Nerds That Know next week. I'm assuming we're going to be doing a Loki wrap-up for that. And then we'll see what else happens there. And then, you can find me at Tank Knox or Knox Nostalgic Collectibles on all the socials.
Michaela, you got anything you want to pimp or anything?
No.
Okay, we do a lot of weird stuff in all kinds of different places, but most of it, if you just search My Brother is an Idiot, you'll find us. Most importantly, we're on YouTube. We are on Twitch. We are on Facebook. Search for us. Find us. Make us your favorites. Tell your friends about us. Come and talk to us. Call in. Fuck, I take text messages all the time. I know you're watching, Triffin. I know you are, buddy. We take it all the time. We just want to hear from you guys. So come talk to us. Let us know that we suck. It's all going to be awesome. Matt said Puffalopagus, but he's not here. Who fucking cares about him? My socials, I'm at Puffletime everywhere that you can find a social. So check us out on all those things. My Brother is an Idiot is at all those places, including, Sweden and Ontario, Canada, and several other places in between. And we will see you guys next week for the Nerds That Know, and we'll see you next week probably for an Idiot Scramble as well. So take care of yourselves. Don't be a jackass. Who the fuck just burped into the microphone? Was that you, Michaela, or was that Frank?
No.
That was so loud.
I tried to keep it quiet. It went through anyway. Sorry about that.
We'll have reaction from losing Amy and Rory tomorrow, probably from the Duchess. So check that out. We're gonna check that episode out finally, and so we got some nerd stuff going on, and we will see you guys another time. Bye, bro.